Say goodbye to leg pain. Eat these 6 foods for strength. Do your feet look completely normal when you wake up, but by dinner time they've puffed up so much your favorite shoes feel like torture devices? If you've pressed a thumb into your ankle and watched a deep dent stay behind, you already know how frustrating this is. It's not just uncomfortable. It's scary because you start wondering what's actually going on inside your body. Here's the good news. For so many people over 60, this isn't about needing a stronger pill or just accepting it as part of getting old. It often comes down to giving your body the right natural support so it can move fluid the way it's supposed to. Today, I'm walking you through 6 foods that genuinely help, counting down to the one I think makes the biggest difference. Drop a comment right now and tell me, is it worse in the morning or by the end of the day? I read every single one. Before we get into the list, one honest note. Swollen feet and ankles are usually just fluid and circulation catching up with you after a long day. But sudden, painful, or one-sided swelling or swelling that comes with shortness of breath or chest discomfort can be a sign of something that needs a doctor's attention, like a heart, kidney, or vein issue. And if you're on blood pressure medication, water pills, or blood thinners, please talk to your doctor before making big changes. Since some of the foods on this list are strong enough to interact with those, this video is about everyday support, not a replacement for your doctor. So why does it seem to get so much worse after 60 when it barely bothered you at 40? A few things change quietly in the background as we age. Circulation naturally slows down a little. The valves in our veins lose some of their strength. Our kidneys become a bit less efficient at managing minerals like potassium and magnesium, which play a huge role in how your body decides whether to hold on to fluid or release it. And a lot of the medications people take later in life for blood pressure for the heart can affect that mineral balance even further. None of that means you're stuck. It just means your body needs a bit more deliberate support than it used to. That's exactly what this list is built around. Number 6 is citrus, lemons, oranges, and grapefruit. Most people think of citrus as just a vitamin C boost for colds, but that's only half the story. The compounds in citrus, especially the white pith people usually throw away, help keep the walls of your blood vessels strong and less leaky. Vitamin C itself is what your body uses to build and repair the structure of your veins. As we get older, our bodies naturally produce less of that structural support each year, so your circulatory system has to work a little harder to keep fluid where it belongs inside the vessels, not pooling in your feet. Try starting your morning with warm water and a whole squeezed lemon, and don't peel your oranges too cleanly. That stringy white part is doing real work for you. 2 servings a day is a simple, realistic goal, whether that's a lemon in your water, an orange as a mid-morning snack, or half a grapefruit with breakfast. A lot of people notice their feet feel a bit cooler and less pressured by the end of the first month. There's a nice side benefit here too. Strong blood vessels don't just help your legs, they support your immune system and even your skin. So this is one of those habits that quietly helps more than one thing at once. It's also one of the easiest changes on this whole list because it doesn't require you to add a new supplement or change your whole routine. It's simply about not throwing away the parts of the fruit that matter most. Number 5 is horse chestnut. This one surprises people because it's not something you eat. It's a traditional supplement made from the seed of a specific tree, and it's been used in European wellness circles for generations. It works on the valves inside your veins. Think of them as one-way doors that are supposed to keep blood moving up toward your heart instead of falling back down into your ankles. As we age, those valves can lose some of their spring, a bit like an old rubber band that doesn't snap back the way it used to. Horse chestnut extract has long been used to help support that vein strength. You'll usually find it as a capsule at the health store, and it's typically taken with food following the dosing on the label. Never eat raw chestnuts off a tree. They have to be properly processed to be safe. And because this one is strong, it's especially important to check with your doctor first if you're on any heart or blood thinning medication. If you've ever noticed small blue or purple veins showing on your legs, that's often connected to the same weakened vein walls we're talking about here. So this is one of the more targeted remedies on the list for that specific issue. It usually takes a bit longer to notice a difference with this one compared to something like citrus, so give it a full month before deciding whether it's working for you. Some people prefer to start here first and add the food-based options around it, and others do it the other way around. Either order works as long as you're consistent and you've checked with your doctor first. Number 4 is pineapple. Fresh pineapple contains something called bromelain, and this is where a lot of people get it wrong. They think all swelling is just water. Sometimes it's inflammation, trapped proteins and irritation building up in the tissue of your legs, especially after sitting for a long stretch. Bromelain is known for helping break that down so your body can clear it more easily. If your swollen feet also feel warm or look a little red, that's often a sign. Inflammation is part of what's going on, and this is the food on the list most directly aimed at that. Go for fresh pineapple, not canned. The canning process breaks down the bromelain you're after. Even the tougher center core is worth eating. That's actually where a lot of it is concentrated. A cup a day is a reasonable amount to work toward fresh chunks with breakfast, tossed into a smoothie, or just eaten on its own as an afternoon snack. Some people notice the tenderness in their ankles easing up within the first couple of weeks, though inflammation can take a little longer to fully calm down than plain water retention does, so be patient with this one. It also pairs well with the citrus we already talked about, since vitamin C and bromelain tend to support each other. Tell me in the comments if your swelling ever comes with warmth or redness, because that's exactly the pattern this one is aimed at. We're halfway through the list, and I want to pause here for a second. If you've made it this far, you're clearly serious about feeling better in your own body. So go ahead and hit like right now before we keep going. It helps this reach more people just like you. Number 3 is avocado. Most people know avocado for healthy fats, but here's what surprises people. It actually has more potassium than a banana. Potassium and salt work against each other in your body. When you get enough potassium, it signals your kidneys to release excess sodium, and since salt is what pulls water into your tissue in the first place, getting rid of the salt is often the fastest way to drain that puffiness out of your feet. This matters more as we age because our skin gets thinner, and constant pressure from retained fluid can actually lead to irritation or sores over time. Try half a medium avocado with breakfast, on toast, or simply with a squeeze of lemon. Pair it with your biggest meal of the day so it can help offset whatever sodium might be in your food. Many people notice less of that deep thumbprint dent within the first couple of weeks. Avocado also happens to be rich in fiber, which keeps your digestion moving smoothly, and it supports heart health in general. And a heart that's working efficiently is better able to pull fluid back up out of your legs in the first place. So this one really does work on more than one level at once. It's also just an easy, satisfying food to add to your morning, which makes it one of the simplest habits on this whole list to stick with long term. Number 2 is pumpkin seeds. These small green seeds are one of the best everyday sources of magnesium, and magnesium plays a direct role in how your body manages fluid balance at the cellular level. When you're low on it, your body tends to hold extra water in the spaces around your muscles, which shows up as that visible swelling. It also helps keep your blood vessels relaxed, so circulation has an easier time doing its job. This one deserves special attention for seniors specifically because after 60, our kidneys become less efficient at holding onto magnesium, and several common heart and blood pressure medications can flush even more of it out. A small handful of raw or lightly roasted pumpkin seeds in the afternoon, right, around when swelling tends to build up during the day, is an easy habit to start. Skip the salted ones, since that works against everything you're trying to do. Sprinkle them on a salad, blend them into a smoothie, or just eat them straight out of a small bowl as your afternoon snack instead of chips or crackers. Give it a few weeks, you might notice your skin feels a little less tight in the evenings, and over a month or two, that heavy lead legs feeling many people describe tends to ease up. One important note, if you've ever dealt with kidney stones, check with your doctor before adding these regularly since they're higher in certain compounds that can matter for that specific condition. It's a small habit, but the difference between remembering to do it daily versus only when you think about it is often the difference between real, lasting results and none at all. And number 1, the food I think makes the single biggest difference is dandelion root tea. I know dandelions are the thing you spent years pulling out of your lawn, but the root has been used for hundreds of years as a gentle way to support your kidneys in releasing extra retained water. What makes it different from a lot of over-the-counter water pills is that it's naturally high in potassium, so as it helps your body let go of extra fluid, it's also replacing a mineral you actually need instead of just flushing everything out and leaving you feeling drained and dizzy. For seniors especially, keeping that mineral balance steady gets harder every year, so a gentler approach really does matter. Steep 1 tea bag in hot water for about 10 minutes and aim for 1 cup in the morning and 1 in the early afternoon. Skip the evening or you'll be up all night. Most people notice more trips to the bathroom and less puffiness within the first week. And by around day 30, their feet tend to stay a more consistent size throughout the day. One more important reminder, never stop or replace a prescribed heart or water pill with tea on your own. Talk to your doctor first, always. Here's something worth knowing. that trips a lot of people up. Drinking more tea to help with water retention can feel backwards, but staying hydrated is actually part of what helps here. Your body tends to hold on to fluid more stubbornly when it senses you're not getting enough water. So sipping throughout the day, tea included, works with your body instead of against it. Give this one time to build up. You may not notice a dramatic change on day one, but by the end of your first week, most people describe a real sense of relief in their lower legs, especially by evening. Now, even the best foods in the world can be undone by a few everyday habits. So let's talk about the 3 mistakes I see most often. The first is cutting out salt but forgetting to add the right minerals back in. Just removing salt isn't enough on its own. Without enough potassium and magnesium, that fluid has nowhere to go, so it just stays trapped. It's a balance of taking the wrong things out and putting the right things back in. The second mistake is wearing socks that are too tight at the top. A lot of people think tighter is better for support, but a tight band around your calf can actually act like a tourniquet, trapping fluid below it and restricting your circulation. Snug is good, choking is not. The third, and honestly the most common mistake, is sitting still for more than 2 hours at a time. Your calf muscle works like a second heart. Every time you flex your foot, you're helping pump blood and fluid back up towards your body. When you stay still, that pump switches off and fluid does exactly what gravity tells it to do. Even while you're watching your favorite show, just flexing your arse and heels up and down every 15 minutes keeps that second heart working for you. None of these 3 mistakes are about willpower or doing something wrong on purpose. They're just habits. Nobody ever explained clearly, which is exactly why they're so common. I'd guess most of you watching are guilty of at least one of them without even realizing it, and that's completely okay. Awareness is really the first step. Once you know your socks are too tight or that 2 hours in your favorite chair is the cutoff, you can start making small adjustments without turning your whole day upside down. Even fixing just one of these 3 habits, alongside adding 1 or 2 foods from the list, tends to make a noticeable difference. Here's a simple way to bring all of this together. In the morning, have your cup of dandelion tea and flex your ankles up and down about 20 times before you even get out of bed. In the afternoon, work in your pumpkin seeds and avocado alongside lunch when your body can put those minerals to use. In the evening, enjoy some fresh pineapple and put your feet up on a pillow for 15 minutes while you relax. You don't have to do everything at once. Even starting with just the tea and the seeds can make a real difference in how your legs feel by the end of the day. The key is consistency, giving your body these tools every single day so it learns it can rely on them. If you're the type who does better with a general timeline instead of guessing, here's roughly what to expect. In the first 1 to 2 weeks, most people notice more trips to the bathroom, a bit less tightness in their skin by evening, and a lighter feeling overall. By the end of the first month, shoes tend to fit more consistently throughout the day, and that deep dent from pressing a thumb into your ankle starts to fade faster. Give it 2 to 3 months of real consistency, and most people describe it as feeling like they have a completely different pair of legs, less heaviness, more ease, getting up out of a chair, and less thinking about their feet at all, which honestly might be the biggest win of them all. And if you only manage a few of these things some days, that's still progress. This isn't about being perfect. It's about giving your body a little more support than it's been getting. None of this is about being hard on yourself or feeling like your body has failed you. It's about giving it what it actually needs to do its job well at any age. You've spent your whole life taking care of everyone and everything around you. This is a small, doable way to take care of the body that's carried you this far. Start with one thing today. Not everything, just one. Getting older doesn't have to mean giving things up. It doesn't mean you're stuck watching from the sidelines while everyone else goes for a walk, plays with the grandkids, or spends an afternoon on their feet without thinking twice about it. Your body is still capable of adapting and responding. It just needs the right support. And now you know what that looks like. That's the part I really want you to walk away with today. Not a list of foods to memorize, but the understanding that a lot of what feels permanent actually isn't once you give your body what it's asking for. Tell me in the comments which one of these 6 you're going to try first and how old you are. I genuinely read every comment, and hearing your results is what keeps me making these videos. If this helped you, hit like so. It reaches other people dealing with exactly what you're dealing with. Subscribe so you don't miss next week's video, and tap the bell so you actually get notified. I'll see you there. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button. It really helps the channel. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next videos. I love hearing your thoughts, so please subscribe and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.